Hey, yo.
You've been consistent.
I told you I was gonna be consistent. That's my new joint.
Yes, you have been consistent. We are back, y'all, with another episode of Friends Who Smash podcast.
Yes.
Live at Spizzy Studio at Drink Spizzy on Instagram. They have 2 locations, one in Brandywine and one in Camp Springs.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vic and Tenson for opening their doors.
Being dope.
Allowing us
shout out
to elevate
them,
our businesses and pour into the community of the blacks.
Yeah, the blacks. They got t-shirts, y'all. They got books. They got, of course, food. They got smoothies. They got teas. Make sure y'all support them, man. Make sure y'all support
patties, the carb patties.
Yeah,
the patties
the
are bomb.
lentil patties.
The vegan waffles are bomb.
Oh, the vegan waffles
are cranking with the bananas on it.
And the peanut butter toast.
Yes, all of it's so good.
Yeah, they be cranking the akibo.
I see y'all.
The akibo, yeah. The
acai bowl.
The akibo.
I just bought some of that stuff too. Some acai stuff to make.
Some aki stuff. All right, so we can do it at home. Mm-hmm. All right, aki.
I've decided that I'm not going to feed into you antagonizing me because
that's not true.
Yes, it is true.
That's not true.
Because as I look back at the podcast, because I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Black will tell you, I have never really listened to our podcast.
That's terrible.
I don't listen to podcasts, but I do look at our podcast, and when I look at them, I see how he is making faces and building up to say something to me.
Build it up.
To irritate me. And so I've decided that I'm not going to feed into that. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Because I don't have to live my life like that. I don't have to live my life
That's
on the
not
edge,
true.
Worrying about what he's saying or how he's saying it. I'm just going to say what I want to say, and I'm not going to react. I'm not going to let him get that reaction out of me because I see his faces, and when the way he makes his faces on this podcast was blowing me so bad, and I was like, Sherelle, don't feed into it. And every time
you feed into it, and every time
and
you're
so
going
to. Well,
it may not be every time, but I guarantee you, I'm gonna catch you off guard.
No, you're not.
I guarantee you.
I promise you. The way I looked at those podcasts, I was so disappointed.
Do you understand? Do you understand that I'm going to turn it up a notch now? Do you understand?
That is the most irritating thing.
It is what it is. I'm turning it up now.
Why would you want to?
Because it's a challenge. It's a challenge now.
No, because that is so to me. Why would you do that?
Because it's a challenge. You're basically telling me that I'm not a top irritant, and I am.
You're not irritating enough.
I'm a great irritant. I will irritate the hell out of anything.
Yes, but I'm not allowing. You know what it is though?
What?
The only way that you can be the greatest irritant is if the person allows you to be.
That's true.
I'm working on myself.
But most people don't. Most people don't have that kind of. They don't have that kind of control.
Are you saying I don't have that kind of control?
I know you don't.
I'm working on myself.
I'm going to piss you off.
No, you're not.
I'm going to piss you off.
Why would you want to
watch?
I promise you, if you do that, I'm a step off.
See, that's what I'm saying. You can't control it. You can't handle it. You can't handle it. You just going to walk off.
Stop the fuck
you
off.
Can't handle
I'm not going to feed into it.
It's terrible.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be the bigger person. I'm going to walk away.
You're going to be the weak person. That's what you're going to be. You're going to be the weak person that can't take it.
To do it right now, and I'm
just
not
going to walk away. It is eating you up right now. It's eating you up.
No, I'm just going to be the bigger person.
Okay, weak ass. All right, with your weak ass.
I'm so strong. All
right, what's up with you, baby?
What's up? So, look, I wanted to talk to you because I don't know if people have seen it or if they even understand. Sometimes you will pop out of the blue and do something on Instagram, like a self-reflection type thing. And you'll do that on Instagram. You've done that a lot. You just haven't been like super consistent with it.
Yeah.
But the one thing that you've been doing here lately is Dear Black.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
So Dear Black is multiple things around it. So Dear Black is me speaking to myself every day. It's just a way for me to get some things off of my chest and to hold myself accountable. But then also, I'm a speaker, y'all. Like, I'm supposed to be on stage talking about, not just myself, but my wife as well. We supposed to be on stage talking about marriage, talking about, men healing, her talking about women healing, like all of these different things. And, it's repetition. It allows me to practice, giving like 1 minute speeches or whatever. But then also a lot of people, throughout my life, I haven't lived my life trying to get recognition as a good guy. I've just been living my life, and it just so happens that some of my morals and my values or whatever, people, they hold in high regard. So a lot of men have come up to me and, said, yo, brother, you inspire me. And, a lot of people have just said different things to me, man. And so I think I owe it to my community. I owe it to my men, to show them that I'm going through the changing process myself, but at the same time, I'm trying to give y'all this information that I'm receiving from reading, from meditating, from all of these different things. And in return, I'm just going to get better and better and better. And, I'm just going to be doing my thing.
Have you committed to doing a Dear Black video every day, not for the people, but for you?
Yes, but so I've been working out every day, even on Saturdays. I've committed to doing Dear Black every day of the week. The weekend, I'm not really too committed to that because I'm not really in that zone. So I just want to do it every week and just stay consistent that way.
Why aren't you in that zone on the weekends?
I guess. So it takes. So the way that I want to do it, like I just don't want to get on there and talk, right? I want to structure the things that I'm saying as well. Like I really want to think about it so that I am speaking with intent. So on the weekends, I just don't want to think like that. You know what I'm saying?
How do you want to think on the weekends?
I just don't want to think that critical. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I just want to chill. Today when I went to the gym, because this is the first week of me doing it. Mm-hmm. So today when I went to the gym, I contemplated on if I was going to do it today or not. Mm-hmm. I sat in the parking lot of the gym and I had something that I was going to say, but I was like, it just don't feel, I'm just not feeling
organic.
It. Yeah. And then like on weekends, I'm probably going to go to the gym later where, during the week, I'm going to the gym like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. But during the weekends, I'm probably gonna go to the gym like 8, 9 o'clock, and I'm just not in the zone like to do it.
So I think with this, I think that I love this for you, right? I love that you are reading. You've always like read books and stuff like that and quotes and all of that. But I think for me, what I want for you out of this.
Ooh. This is the first. Look who calling. I'm about to answer. Nah, I ain't gonna answer. I'll hit him back later.
Yeah, just call him back later.
That's wild though.
That is crazy.
Good.
I want you to be consistent with this, not for social media. I want you to be consistent with it because you in the zone, right?
Yeah.
And I think that will show you that it's not for the people. Even if it's helping the people.
Yeah.
Right? I just want your journey to help the people through you, not with you forcing this to do it because people are looking for it. Like, because I feel like we get so caught up in the accolades and we get so caught in the compliments and the transformative stories and the inspiring stories and you motivate us stories, and we feel like we have to chase that with delivering a message every day.
I honestly think though, that that is actually our responsibility though.
What?
Is to deliver messages or to help. Like I think that our relationship has been blessed and anointed because I think we have the right mentality to help people. So, I do understand what you're saying. But I mean, it's a mixture of things. Like, I'm always working on myself through reading and through the meditation and just through thinking in general. You know what I'm saying? And although every place that I speak from when I'm doing Dear Black, because I call it Dear Black because I'm talking to myself.
Right.
So, that's me going through something. That's
Right.
what I'm speaking of. But I try to arrange it so that other people can relate to it, because I do feel like, that is something that we've been blessed with. And I also feel like that's something that, we haven't really acted on, and I think that God, to be honest, is like trying to kick us. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like, I've given you this. I've given you a play. I've given you books. I've given you, I've given you retreats. I've given you a podcast that's been successful. I've given you people who are, are being touched and becoming better in their relationships and all of that type of stuff. I've given you a mind to be able to make adjustments and all of that. Like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? Why y'all not putting all into it? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think we owe it. I think we owe it to the world. I don't think that God anointed our relationship just for our relationship to be anointed. I think that, yeah, we
I think you and I look at it. We have the same, like, we get the same message, but I think we look at it differently. So
okay. How do
I
you
don't
look
think
at
that we owe it to the world. I think that we owe it to ourselves, because we are the assignment, right? We
Okay.
owe it to ourselves, and everything else will fall in line. Like, I get what you're saying, but if I look at it like I owe this to the world, then I'm gonna be like, well, what the hell is the world doing for me? Like, I owe this to myself because God gave me this, and I know that this will help these people. But I don't owe these people this. I owe this to myself. But they will, whatever happens, you did it. Mm-hmm. Whatever happens, he cut me off, y'all. That's one for him.
Don't go ahead.
Yeah, but whatever happens with me, they'll get something from it, because I've been put here for that assignment. So if I can't the words that I use, I can't look at it as, Sherelle, you owe this to them.
I think you're right. I think that the word "owe" is where the disconnect is,
or even to the people.
No, like, I do think no,
you said
no,
you
I was
keep
talking. Okay, but you just kept count. Okay, so are we not keeping count, or we keeping count?
Just don't worry about it. Just go ahead on.
I think the word "owe" is definitely where the disconnect is. I think that that's the wrong choice of words. I think that we're supposed to serve.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So serve. So how I feel when I feel like I know that whatever I do, somebody will be impacted by it. In any realm, if I'm doing Friends Who Smash podcast, if I'm doing The Good Thick, if I'm doing Dear Self Brunch, whatever I'm doing, it's going to impact somebody, because I do it with the intent of healing, with the intent on serving, and with the intent of not it being a forced thing, or for somebody to even come to me and say, thank you for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it because in this, I need healing. In this, I'm seeking healing. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeking healing. I'm seeking growth. I'm seeking accountability. I'm seeking wealth, and whatever it is that I'm doing. And so for me, O is not, I don't owe anybody
so
shit.
we throwing O out.
Yeah,
but serve,
service.
and I'm not, and and when I say serve, I'm saying that I need to be more intentional.
Yeah.
We need to be more intentional with serving.
Yeah.
And it's no problem to, that you want to serve a multitude of people.
Yeah.
Like that, it's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And I think through our serving is where our blessings will come.
Yeah.
And I just think that, so because of that, this is all that he's given us to serve with. And we got to take advantage of that. We have to use it, because he didn't just give it to us just to chill. Like, He didn't get
Yeah,
us to create a play just to, say we created a play. That play is
dope as shit.
Yeah, that play heals. That play helps. That play is entertaining. It's funny. It makes you have like tough conversations on the way home, and all of that. He didn't give us this podcast just to like, he gave us this to help people.
It's
so
a word.
Man, everything, books and all of that stuff. He didn't give it to us to just be like, oh, we did it. Like, he gave it to us to serve. And so, me personally, man, I just feel like in this season and beyond, I just want to be more intentional about serving.
I feel like there's somebody out there that needed this, because right now it's something going on in the world that is stopping someone, us, and some other people from their calling and doing what it is that they're supposed to do. Because, like, at this time, like I was telling you the other day or today, like, depression will come and try to fucking hold you in a chokehold and keep you down, right? And so fighting that and recognizing that, especially in this season for you and I, it's been crucial. It's been a crucial season. And also just being very trusting of your own gut, right? And not trusting of someone because you love them, right? Because to be honest with you, love is not enough. Love is not enough for you and I. It's not enough. And I don't care what anybody says. Love is not enough. There is so much work that comes into keeping that love ignited, you know what I'm saying? And keeping that love intentional and keeping that love present. People use love as a word because it seems like that's the stamp. You can love the way, love is just not enough. Love is not enough to do anything. Love is a feeling, right? But you can also make it an action word with the work that you do to keep it ignited. You know what I'm saying? And so we are being real intentional in this season about the way we serve, why we're serving, right? And who we're serving for. Like, we're keeping our spirituality at the forefront and our gut feeling. So if you have a gut feeling, that shit has to be like paid attention to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a gut feeling, it has to be paid attention to, because no matter how much somebody says they love you, they can easily hurt you or easily disappoint you to the point where it changes the trajectory of your life. Not just hurt you and now you're not friends or you're not in a relationship with them anymore, but they hurt you intentionally and unintentionally to the point where it changes your life. And those are the things that's where you get pulled out of your tunnel vision, and now you're no longer serving, because now you have to pick up pieces to all of this shit that you got going on, right? Because love was enough for you. And I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I really want the message of love not being enough. Like, just because a nigga say he love you, or just because whatever she say she love you, that doesn't mean that it's enough. That doesn't mean that it's enough. Where is the work? How are you going to show me that you love me? And be intentional about it, and be honest about your love, and be trusting about your love, and just present with your love. Like, you can't just say I love you and that's it. You can't just say I love you and now I'm in a relationship with you. Now I love you and now we're gonna get a crib together. I love you and now I'll buy you a car. I love you and now we'll do business. I love you. And that shit is whack. That shit is not enough anymore. So right now, today, you make a declaration that love is not enough. Someone telling you love them, they love you, is not enough. Show me that you love me in the way that you treat me, in the way that you care for me, in the way you hold my heart close to yours. How do you love me, right? Because at the end of the day, Black can disappoint me. Black can hurt me. He is, and vice versa. But the work that we do to come back from that, or the work that we do to try not to do that, it shows that love is enough in that instance, right? Because we're working to show you, like, look, I am so I apologize for hurting you in this way. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't intentionally do this. But it's the work, y'all. The work. The fucking work. Nobody wants to work. I had a situation with the Good Thick. And it wasn't, and I love the Good Thick. I love my clients. I love the fellowship. I love the accountability. But when I feel like things are not, when people are not doing with everything that they can, then I'm gonna show you some tough ass love. Because me telling you I love you, you're doing a great job, that shit is not enough right now. Right? I gotta show you now better than I can tell you. And so I try to do that. I try my hardest in every area of my life to show how and why I love a person. Not just by me saying I love you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be either, it's going to be pre or post. I'm going to follow up with something, or I'm going to do something before I even tell you that I love you, to let you know that I love you. And I'm not talking about a material thing. I'm talking about acts of service. You know what I'm saying? Or something I'm going to show my love, because I don't fuck around and I don't play about me loving a person.
You know, in all fairness to those that are listening, I honestly think that some people don't know how to love.
Yeah.
Or some people don't know that extra that is needed. Like, you know, they don't know what else is needed besides love.
Or just saying it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been guilty of just saying it in the past, you know, and just thinking that everything feels good and all, you know. I had to grow to that. I think that the world, you know, we throw this world love around so much that, you know, we just think it's this magical dust that you spread over something and all of a sudden everything is great, you know. We don't realize the work that is put into relationships and put into just building something together. And like that's tough to show somebody. Like, we can talk about it all day. But when you, like, even when we be looking at these shows, right? These people be knowing that they wrong.
They know they wrong.
They know that they wrong, but it's just something in them that just can't change them
stop
at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, in all fairness to everybody, man, like, we know it's tough, and you know, you just gotta work at it. You just gotta keep working at it and keep working at it. Keep working at it.
Therapy. I know that shit has become so cliche now with people wanting to say that they go to therapy, but if you get a good therapist and you go in there, but the one thing that people don't really, I have not heard a lot of people talk about with therapy, is that you have to go into your session being honest. You can't go into your session and half-ass your session. Right? Half-ass your session. So now how can your therapist help you if you going in there half-assing it? How can they help you heal or start your healing process if you go in there and you lying, you not being honest, you telling the half truth? And if it's a really good therapist, they could probably see this person is bullshitting.
Yeah, good
and
therapist is gonna see that.
And hopefully, prayerfully, they calling these people out on their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because I see, it's so crazy. I seen this girl, she posted this video on Instagram about, you know, her just leaving therapy and how she started therapy 2 years ago and all that other stuff. So that prompted me to go through her page. And so she said she started therapy 2 years ago. But when I went through her page, she is like wild on Instagram. Like, it's wild, like cussing people out. And I'm not saying that you don't cuss people out when you go to therapy. That's not what I'm saying. But she's not showing that she's well on her Instagram. That's what I'll say. She's not showing that she's well or that she's even in therapy. She's showing that a cry for help. Like, I need therapy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying about the cliche shit. If you want to go to therapy, then you need, that shit needs to show. That shit needs to show. That's just like love. Saying you going to therapy is not a fucking enough. Show it. Show it. What you looking for?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm looking from the you know, the little the episode that you got, the segment that you got with memes.
Oh, I got something for you.
Okay, but I'm trying to look for. Okay, go ahead.
All right, before we get into that, I wanted to talk about, since you were talking about like integrity and we were talking about honesty and love and stuff. I know you didn't finish, but I did want to bring this up because it was a really, really good like It was really good. So I started watching Bridgerton on Netflix, and
and we started watching. Let's say that we started watching Bridgerton.
you went to sleep.
You went to sleep on stuff before, and I cut it off. So we were watching Bridgerton, and I guess I went to sleep one night, and she kept watching it. And then the next day, I went downstairs to work. I come upstairs, she's still watching it. All of this, like, yeah, I told you, I'm not being committed to watching no show with you. I'm not. If you ain't trying to watch it with me, I'm gonna watch it.
Y'all, I told Black this, and this is my honest answer. I can't watch a show like Bridgerton with him because Black, when I watch shows like that, I put my phone down. Black does not know how to put his phone down when he's watching shows.
But why should that bother you?
He continues to say, "What happened? Rewind that back." I don't want to do that. I want to be into the show. I don't want to have to explain to you what's happening, because with a show like Bridgerton, you got to watch faces. You can't take your eyes off of the episodes. You have to watch faces. You have to watch what people doing, because it's so much in that you'll miss. And so you looking at your phone is not going to help, and you're going to just keep asking me questions, and I don't want to do that. I want to watch the show. If we're gonna watch the show together, I want you to be like, I want to be like this.
I'm not watching. Don't even worry about. You don't even got going this no more. I'm not watching no more shows with you. You just leave it at that.
Okay, that's
I'm
fine.
just not doing it no more.
That's fine. Whatever.
Right, so go ahead and talk about this whole two season series that you watched.
No, I'm only going to talk about one part of season 1, and that was the Duke Hastings. He was his father was horrible to him when he was a little boy, because when he was born,
he had like a learning
speech
disorder.
impediment, like a speech, like he stuttered, not learning, but because he was really smart. He knew how to write, he knew how to read and everything.
But he couldn't talk.
But his speaking, he could talk, but he had a stutter to him. And his father was like, "You're useless," like talking, like basically banished him to death and told everybody that he was dead. And so his mother's best friend, because his mother passed
from having him.
Right. And okay, excuse me.
Yeah, every time I be knowing everything. But,
okay, all right, we'll see how far you go.
Keep going.
And so his mother's best friend actually started to, take to him and raise him and help him to speak. So she brought him to the father, and the father still was like, "I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? You're useless, whatever." So he grew up not knowing what his father placed something in him that made him feel like he never wanted to have kids and he never wanted to be married.
No, he told his father.
Yeah, he told his father.
He told his father when his father was on his deathbed. His father was like, you gonna carry the name on or whatever. And he and his father was on the deathbed, and he told his father, he said, "Your name will die with me.
Right.
I will never pass this name on."
Oh, excuse me.
I'm trying to tell you, I was watching it the whole time. But okay.
You were watching it because don't cut me off.
Now you gonna give me credit, and now you gonna take it away. Just give me credit. I know what was going on.
Why were you watching it so intensely though? Tell
what
the
you
people
mean?
why.
Because it was interesting. It was interesting.
And?
There's no and in it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So then he met, of course, the diamond of the season, which was Daphne Bridgerton. And they another girl came into Mrs. Thompson. She was black, and everybody was on her because she was beautiful, right? So Daphne knew that she was the diamond, but she wasn't having any callers come to the house. And so she went to the Duke and was like, "Hey, let's fake the society out." And actually the Duke told her, "Let's fake society out. I'll make you look appealing, whatever. You'll get more callers." Of course, she got callers, but she didn't get a lot of callers. No, she didn't get a lot of callers though, like she would normally get. Mrs. Thompson had so many callers at her house, and that was unheard of.
Okay.
And so, they started to like each other. They started to spend time. They were building a friendship. They weren't doing what society would normally do.
Right.
So anyway, fast forward, something happened where her brother and the Duke had to do a duel, and she fell in love with the Duke. So the Duke told her at the duel Daphne proclaimed that that was her husband, that they were going to get married. And so he just fell in line with that. But he told her at that time, I will never give you kids.
Right.
Daphne did not know anything about how sex worked, how you have kids or whatever. So they got married, started having sex, and every time they would have sex, he would pull out. Mm-hmm. She didn't understand that. I remember one episode she asked him, she's like, does it hurt? And he was like, no, it feels quite good, blah, 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 blah. But the one time they had sex in the office, and she saw him get a napkin. No. She saw him get a napkin, and he bust off in a napkin. And she looked at the napkin like, what is this? Like, what is going on? Because she had no idea what sex was.
Right.
And so she went to the maid and was like, hey, I need you to be honest with me. How do you make babies? So the maid, they didn't show that, but the maid must have told her. So then she went to him.
And she basically got
on
top
of him. Yeah, and made him stay in. And so he was pissed off about that.
Right.
He told her, I'm going to stay around if you're pregnant, but if you're not pregnant, we'll never interact like this again. So she wasn't pregnant that time.
You about to tell the whole story?
No.
Yeah,
that's it.
Okay.
I'm cutting it off right there.
All right,
so
good.
that's it. So my question to you is, do you think anybody was wrong in that situation? And how do you feel about the Duke having those sentiments, knowing he really did want to have kids because he loved kids? He just was doing that to spite his father. That type of hurt,
What was the first question?
Was anybody wrong in this situation? Was he wrong for telling her? Because he told her he was incapable of having kids. That was the assumption that she had for him. And everybody around her made it seem like that was what was going
on. I think, everybody is probably in fault because, no one was completely honest about what was going on. So, yeah, I think everybody was at fault. Majority of him because, he should have told her, look, but I guess he didn't want to divulge his family history and all of that, but he said that I don't want to have kids.
Right.
And I remember when, he was willing to die. He was willing to die.
And he told her too.
He was willing to die so that he wouldn't have to marry her and have kids. Or
not have kids.
Yeah, marry. He didn't want her to have a life without kids.
Right.
And she wanted to marry him, but he was like, look, because they already kissed, so everybody was like, oh, they got to be together. Uh-huh. So he was like, the only way that I can get her, like, to be able to mess with somebody else is if I die.
Right.
So he was willing to die so that she can live a life with someone else and have kids or whatever. So, you got to think, this pain was extremely strong for him. Yeah. He was willing to die for it. And so he spoke his truth. He told her exactly what it was and not exactly what it was, but he told he told her his desires.
Yeah.
And she was cool with it. She was cool with it until she found out that he could have kids. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Was she wrong for doing that? Was she wrong for getting on top of him and making him stay in? Do you think she was wrong for that? As his wife?
As his wife? They had an understanding.
She did not have the understanding.
She had the understanding that she wasn't going to have kids with him when they got married.
She had the understanding that he could not have kids, not that he didn't want to give her kids. That's the understanding she had. So they had an understanding, but the understanding was two-sided. He had an understanding that he didn't want to have kids. She had an understanding that he could not have kids. So that's what I'm saying.
I guess all of that is so muddy that, like I said, I think both of them, it's a great storyline.
It's a bomb storyline.
It's a great storyline to a point where you really don't know who is wrong.
You're like, shit.
Yeah. I really don't know who. I can't say that she wrong because she want kids. Kids is a desire, and I don't think that you can just throw that away. Like even on the whatever that show is that we be watching.
What?
Where they got married and or they were talking about getting married and the girl didn't want kids.
The ultimatum.
Yeah. So and they got married
No, they
Even
didn't
though,
get married. They didn't get married yet.
oh, they didn't.
No, they didn't get married
Oh,
yet.
okay.
They
Well,
didn't get married yet. I don't think that they will get married.
yeah, I think that that's a tough joint.
Yeah.
Like that's a tough joint to live with. That ain't no, living with I want a townhouse and I want a, single family home. That's
Yeah.
that's totally different.
Yeah.
That's crucial.
I think for that, the reason why I brought that up is because we were talking about integrity and trust and therapy and love and all that other stuff. I think that if he had an outlet and a safe space to be honest and just speak and tell her the truth about her father, they would have because she was
I don't
really
think she
working
would.
him through it.
She wouldn't have understood.
No,
if
she
he
wouldn't-
told her, if he
I'm
told her
talking, don't cut me off. Because she like talked him through certain stuff, and the reason why he ended up doing this because she was like, I know what happened, and she had a talk with him, and he just was like, damn, she's really different. She really understands. You know what I'm saying?
But if he said in the beginning that, look, I can have kids, I just don't want kids.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have been cool with that. Or she would have married him thinking that, oh, I'm going to change his mind.
Yeah. Well, she eventually.
She didn't change his mind. She just,
No, she did
made him
change
bust
his
off.
mind.
And
No, she didn't.
we not, because you about to tell me, yeah.
Because you go watch
Because I haven't watched the whole show because you went through the whole joint. I'm at half of season 1.
All right, let's go to What the Fuck, our segment of What the Fuck. We need a button or something.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a new segment, y'all, where we've screenshotted, we screenshot memes in our phone and we give our real life reaction to the meme and how we feel about it. Because y'all just be on there wilding on there, agreeing with everything, running rampant with the memes. All right, so my first one is, hold on. My first one is a woman posting sexy pictures doesn't mean she's easy or looking for sex. I have friends who post Bible quotes that are dick-eating monsters. What is your thoughts on that?
I mean, what we talking about when we say sexy pictures?
Maybe like when you at the beach, you out of town on an island, and you probably put on a thong. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you just on the beach, and it's like a back shot of you with the thong and the sunrise. You think that that's too much?
I think that's
because I was planning on doing that when I went to Jamaica. So.
Yeah, but I think that's
I'm just playing.
That's attention seeking.
You think so?
I definitely think that's attention seeking.
Because she's showing her ass?
Yeah. Like, you got a whole body.
What if she is just comfortable and she knows that she looks good in this bathing suit?
There is a difference between somebody taking a picture and them knowing that they look good and they just taking a picture. Men know the difference between you just taking a picture and it's like, damn, okay, that's a tight picture, versus you trying to accent a part of your body. It's a difference.
What's wrong with that? I think that could be a shallow way of thinking, because
if
someone is very free in the way that they dress, very free in the way that they are, they are out of town, or just very free, period. What is the problem with a woman posting a picture of her in her thong bathing suit?
It's not a problem. But you're going to get attention. So just know that. You know what I'm saying? Because we are visual creatures. Okay. You're going to get attention. And you can't be mad, or I guess you can be mad, but it's going to happen. Just like if I was, super fit, you know what I'm saying? And I took a picture with my shirt off. Mm-hmm. Like, I know what that says. You know what that says.
I don't mind you taking. I'm
not saying that you mind it. I'm just saying that, if I did it, if I, baby, we married. Mm-hmm. I got a nice chest. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? My shit all popped up or whatever. Mm-hmm. I grab some oil my body up. You know what I'm saying? I take my camera. I'm on the beach. Or not on the beach, and I'm like this, looking in the camera with my chest all sweaty and shit. I'm making sure that my six pack is like I'm straining to make sure that my six pack bulging and all of that type of stuff. You telling me that I'm not doing that with some kind of like intent behind it?
Can we talk about a real life thing that you would do because
Damn, you saying
wouldn't
like
do that. That's first of all, you don't even take selfies and do this shit. I'm talking about something that you.
I don't have
If
I don't
you
have
took
a I don't have
picture-
a chest either. I don't have that kind of chest that I'm talking about either.
If you took a picture and so for me, if you were to do that, I wouldn't look at that as like you trying to get attention from women. I would look at that as Black has been working really hard. He's proud of his fucking chest because every time you are on your journey, you talk about I want to take a picture with my shirt off. And I believe that that's what you want to do. I wouldn't look at it like, oh, he about to have bitches on his. That's not how I'm about to look at it. So I think that you should know your person, right? Know your person and know their intent and know why they're doing it and know their journey and know their heart and know what they're thinking so that you don't feel like, oh, this is you doing this for attention. I wouldn't think that you would be doing that for attention. I would think that you would probably be doing that to show your friends like, nigga, I'm out here. But I don't think that you would be doing it like, oh, I want girls to see me. Even if girls see you, yes, you know they're going to see you, but you're not doing that to try to get bitches to like your page and all
I'm
that
not
other shit.
listen. And this is about to be as real as possible right here. Like married, not married or whatever, man or woman or whatever, compliments are cool.
Yes.
Right. So, if I'm doing that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about oiled up, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to feel some way about the compliments. Like, I feel like they're going to come. You know what I'm saying? And so a part of me is doing that because I know that they're going to get some compliments and it may feed my ego or something like that.
But you do that with almost everything.
Right. So
I'm
that's
not
what I'm
gonna
saying.
feel-
So my thing is like, why is it a problem when we say that, this is, some of this is about getting attention. Like some of this is about getting attention. It may not be all of it.
Okay.
But some of it is definitely about getting attention. And then as soon as a man say, oh, she's doing that for attention, women go off.
And it's nothing wrong with that though. That's the thing.
There's
It's
nothing
not
wrong with what?
wanting attention.
It's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so
but what
that's
happens is when we give the attention, women like, oh, just because I put this on, you think I want this? Like, what you mean?
I think that the response shouldn't be, I wasn't doing this for attention. I think the response would be, I got your attention.
I mean, I would agree. I would agree, but I think that means that they would have to be, honest about that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not shaming them or whatever. Like, do what you do. You worked hard to get your butt. You worked hard to get whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. But you know what I'm saying? Don't blame us for looking at it and then being like, oh, damn, blah, blah, blah. And you know what I'm saying? But then men, y'all got to act accordingly too. Just because she's showing it don't mean that you got to be, all slobbing at the mouth.
Think about your joint
yeah,
in between her
and then
cheeks.
hitting her up like, hey, I love
Putting a splash
Yeah.
or the heart eyes under there.
or
when
the
you're
little
married,
tongue with the little drip and shit. Like,
when you're married.
Yeah,
Okay. I be seeing y'all on there. But anyway.
just be real about it, man.
All right, you gonna go? I got another one.
Nah, I ain't found one.
All right, a woman can't change a man because she loves him. A man changes himself because he loves her. I do not agree with this. I agree with this somewhat, but if he just changing to appease her because he loves her, that's some toxic ass shit. That's what I think. I think the first thing should be him for him.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
But you about to do some. I think the reason he should do it is for him first, right? And if he's doing it because he wants to be a better man or a better human to her, then that's cool. But if he's just doing it because he's doing it for her, I think that that's whack.
So I don't necessarily agree because
You don't agree with me or this?
you.
Okay.
Because this says a woman can't change a man because she loves him. A man changes himself because he loves her. I think that is completely correct.
Okay.
I don't think that you can, if you love me, you're so in love with me and I'm semi in love with you, or not in love with you. You can't love me into changing. You know what I'm saying? The change is not just going to come with the fact that you love me, because in my mind, or I feel like you're not for me. Like I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? Like I may not have any intentions of marrying you, none of that, right? Whereas when you're with someone that you genuinely love and you genuinely have a connection for, she actually, it's not really her making you change. She shows you the mirror. Like, she holds you accountable. There's certain things that you just realize, yo, in order to keep this woman, like, I can't do this crazy shit. Like, I gotta really, like, young, I've been lunching, like, she ain't gonna have that. Like, yo, I gotta tighten up. And so she's changing me because I really want to become a better man for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to be a better man for her. And you can't make me be a better man. I think that's what this is saying. You can't make me be a better man. You know what I'm saying? What you can do is be a dope ass person to a point where I love you so much that, you know, I know that I have to change in order to keep you.
I agree. I agree with that. I also, so in that, I'm saying, like, because you know how people do things because of someone else, and then they start to be they start having resentment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it has to be a necessity for them, not just, you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
the resentment will come if you force me to change. If you force me to
but
change.
I'm not saying, I'm not even putting the force thing in it. I'm just saying, like, he is changing because this is what he wants to do. Like, he sees, that's what I was saying. Like, well, I didn't say that, but when you start saying it, I'm like, that's what I was thinking too. Like, he sees that what she's showing him and how she loves him and how she moves, right? He see that his shit is trash, right? And he has to, and it could be vice versa. It could be men, it could be a woman, whatever. But he sees that his shit is trash, and so he has to change it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's tired of the outcome, and he's tired of how she's responding. If, you know,
I don't even think it has to be that drastic. I think it could be something small as being considerate. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a relationship with somebody and, you know, we cool, but I'm really not considerate. So, you know, I'll go out to eat and not bring nothing home. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that. But with this one, like, I'm constantly thinking about how I can take care of her. I'm constantly thinking about what I can do to really show her that I love her.
Yeah.
And what it will lead to is me doing things that I've never done before.
Yeah.
And me realizing that, yo, I wasn't doing this to, you know, A, B, and C. Like, I must really love this girl because I'm doing all this for her.
Yeah. I wasn't saying it had to be drastic. I'm just saying anything, because, you know, the little things are very important as well. So that's it. We don't have no more time. Our time is up.
Our time is up?
Our time is up.
I'm trying to see if I got one, man.
Go ahead. We got a few. We got like 2 minutes. So you might have to save yours.
All right, I'll say mine.
You gotta
I mean, you just threw this segment in there.
I just
so
threw the segment in there. And I didn't tell you.
But I'm gonna figure it out.
I'll prepare you for it. He'll be prepared. Y'all, thank you so much for joining us another week of Friends Who Smash podcast. We are live at Spizzy Studio at Drink Spizzy on Instagram.
Yeah.
Please make sure you are following us on Instagram, Friends Who Smash podcast. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let your friends know. Please, please, please. We are going to be the #1 podcast in the nation, regardless of who else has podcasts. Our ultimate goal is for everybody to hear us, to feel us, to understand, to start their healing process of communication, of comprehension, of perspective, of understanding, of love, and not only saying you love, but doing the motherfucking work.
And to our family, man, our family that is supporting us, to everyone that is really like rocking with us, man, y'all have made us, like, you know, like I said, we in the top 5% of podcasts on worldwide. That means a big deal. So things are starting to pick up. A lot of opportunities, a lot of things is happening, and it's just a 2-person team over here.
Yes.
So if y'all want to help in any kind of way, if y'all want to be a part of the team, please send an email to friendswhosmashpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
And yeah, let's talk. You can get on the bottom level. You can start at the bottom level with us.
Yeah.
You know, because this thing is going all the way up.
Yes. Let me give a special shout out to my mom and my
Yes.
brothers and sisters who listen to the podcast
Yes.
every week, who call us and give us feedback. We love y'all so much. We
Shout out
thank
to
y'all so
everybody
much.
who just be,
Yes.
making sure that they hit us up and let us
Yeah.
know, look, the podcast was
It's dope.
dope.
Yes.
Keep
It means a
doing it
lot.
and, just be inspiring us, man. There's be a
Yes.
lot of people. I was going to say this too before, but, we used to be out in these streets. We'll still be out in these streets, and people would be like, forever Duncan, forever Duncan. But
Now they say friends who
now
smash
they say
podcast.
friends who smash.
We are achieving our goal because
Yes.
we are transitioning from Forever Duncan to only using Friends Who Smash podcast. Forever
Yeah.
Duncan will always be us. That's, a part of us.
Yeah.
But Friends Who Smash is the brand.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And we will see y'all next week. Love you, baby.
Yes. Love you too, baby.
Peace.
Peace.
Black man in love. Black man in love here. I'm proud she's mine. I'm loud about it 'cause I love it.